Okay, so can we ever eat at this place without some bullshit happening? Are we forever cursed to come here whenever some nonsense is happening?
I highly doubt that we are allowed to ever have a regular life simply because we're the presidents, but also because we are destined to forever meet adversity in life for the sake of the betterment of society. We take on these challenges because it is in our nature to be confronted as such.
Oh, cut the Disney World speech bullshit, Sleepy Joe. We're just unlucky cursed bastards that keep getting wrapped up in some random crap when all we want to do is eat a damn meal. Also, where the hell is George at? Didn't he say that he was going to be here?
Apparently he's over at the convention center just up the road. There's an anime convention going on today, and George said he wanted to check it out. He also mentioned something about representing one of his loves in life, but hell if I knew what that meant. Georgie boy is big into Japanese culture, so this is one of those things that would be hard to keep him away from.
Are you kidding me? We have to wait on Weeaboo George before we start eating? Fuck that shit. I'm ordering now and all of you can just watch me chow down. I want to finally have the damn meatloaf for once without nasty beer or protesters causing everything to go tits up for us.
Oh, come on, Donald. You can be patient for just a few minutes. I just got a text from W, and he said he was almost here. He said he was also happy with the swag he got, and apparently he met a cute cosplayer that actually allowed him to take a picture with her. George is really coming out of his shell as of late.
Wait, I think I see him. Well, I believe that's him. When did George start looking like a 10-year-old boy with even whiter hair than before?
Oh, dear Lord, he's going to embarrass us in public. Fucking goddamn weeb. Where the hell's the spray bottle at to keep him away?
Donnie, settle down. George is our friend. He's just enjoying himself as he wishes. And who are we to judge? We should support him and encourage him more to enjoy himself.
Whatever. The moment he does something creepy or begins trying to lecture me about a katana collection or some shit, I'm taking him to the bathroom and dunking his head in the toilet right after I drop a huge deuce in it.
Hey guys, I hope I didn't keep you all waiting too long. The convention was amazing and I was having the time of my life there. I met this really cute cosplayer, goes by the name of Seraphim, and I even got this sweet wall scroll for my man cave of Rappy and 2B. Don't they look amazing? I've never seen merch like this before, and I am happy that Nikke is getting love from the merch community to start putting out some stuff. I can't wait to get my hands on a Scarlet statue.
Not gonna lie, that is pretty sweet that you found some Nikke merch there, George, but seriously, what the hell are you wearing? You look like a gay little gothic German boy on his way to meet the shyster man for your daily tickle. Can you even see out of that blindfold, or have you been stumbling around all day like a retard thinking he has psychic vision?
Well, first off, I'll have you know that this is a thick blindfold. I was trained well by ancient ninjutsu masters in the city of Iga when I visited Japan. After my presidency ended, Shinzo Abe offered to teach me in the ways of the honorable Japanese and the noble art of Bushido. I am fully aware of my surroundings and thus can perceive my environment without the need of my eyesight. I am nothing if not a true warrior, emboldened to greatness, much like the many historical warriors of Japan. Did you just throw a piece of bread at me, you asshole?
I'd go get my money back from those quote-unquote ninja masters, Georgie boy. Either that, or you're just talking out of your ass like the weeaboo scrub you are. You gonna do a jutsu on me and then try and banish me to the shadow realm out of spite?
You can really be a fucking asshole sometimes. You know that, Donald.
You goddamn right I can. Hell, did you even meet any chick there at the convention, or were you talking out of your ass on that too?
Donald, you're being a shithead for no reason. George, you don't have to prove anything, so long as you enjoyed yourself. I'm sure that you were trained very well by real ninjas in Japan, and you're just holding back against us is all.
No, I'm curious too. Was the girl like around 18 or perhaps a little younger? Did you have to ask her mother for permission to take a picture with her, George?
Jesus Christ already, Joe. Learn how to shut the fuck up. Look, you jackasses, here's a picture of us at the convention.
Well, damn already, W. I gotta say, nice job on getting her to even get within breathing distance of you, let alone get a picture with. You didn't pay out of pocket for this, though, did you? Don't tell me that girl's some Twitch thought, and you also paid to have your name written on her body somewhere, did you?
You know, I'm not one to kink shame, but in my day, we'd never have let any woman demand payment to be branded. I tell you, boys, I remember when me and my old pal, old Jim Wanker, the owner of the Open Cave Ranch, where the fillies were fine, but the dungeon horses that they were forced to ride were finer. I tell you, I used to have this particular red hot poker brand that I used to sear my symbol into the left ass cheek of all the ladies that I had in my stable. Sad to say, I had to part ways with those gals when the ranch went up in flames and my harem of mind-broken and subservient bitches were incinerated due to an unfortunate mishandling of the branding irons. I was the only one to live to tell the tale of that day, and I'd love to see anyone try to prove otherwise of what happened.
Not even going to touch on that one. No, I didn't pay to have her picture taken with me, nor did I pay to have my name written on her body. I just asked her with confidence if she would be kind enough to take a picture with me since we were both cosplaying as Nier characters.
Speaking of Nier, did you notice that the new Nier event just started on Nikke? It looks like it's going to be quite the promising event in terms of so much to do. If anything, this event should easily make up for the Chainsaw Man event in terms of a collaboration event, although that isn't much a bar to jump.
Oh yeah? Hang on a minute and I'll boot up Nikke real quick to check this out. I'll admit, I've never once played a Nier title, but goddamn, do I at least know about 2B thanks to all the hentai and Rule 34 art that's been thrown all over the web since 2017. Such a sweet ass on that babe.
I did see that the event started when I was at the convention, so I'm glad that I cosplayed as Nines. I was able to pull for 2B while I was there waiting in line for a churro at one of the snack stands. 2B looks promising in this game, all things considered. Her kit is pretty powerful, although perhaps not being able to be utilized to its full potential due to the current state of the game. She's strong, there's no doubt, but I feel like people with a more robust roster will have slightly better options for things in the game than her. Still, though, her potential is ripe, and all she needs is a couple of future Nikkes to be released and shift the meta a little bit, and 2B can easily take over top spots in terms of the tier lists out there.
Oh, Christ almighty, you can't be serious. They have the costume Gacha event running again during this. I knew that they were going to do something crazy with the third one, but I figured it would be like a pilgrim drop or something, not this.
Wait, what are you going on about? What are they doing that's got you all worked up? Weren't you prepared for like 2 more rounds of the costume Gacha to run before we possibly saw any peace amongst the community in terms of change to the Gacha?
I mean, yeah, I called that they would definitely run 1 more costume Gacha since it was obvious that they had this shit planned from the start. I'm not about to go into detail about all that again since I said my piece during the Drake costume incident. But I will remind you guys that I mentioned that I thought they would run the next costume Gacha for a pilgrim. It just made sense that they would keep building these up and releasing them for popular characters. Fast forward to today, and now they just dropped the next one, but this time it's for 2B of all characters.
Wait, seriously? They dropped a special costume for my beloved 2B? Move out of the way, fat ass, I gotta see this. In all of the 9 realms of existence, she's beautiful. Her Kitsuna mask is perfect for warding off all the evil spirits that may darken my doorway in life. Although maybe some evils can't be banished so easily.
How about you go fuck yourself with a tentacle dildo weeaboo, George? I can show you the face of evil if you want.
Donald, just settled down already. So, George, I take it that you're going to go for the costume Gacha this time around? Suffice it to say, I have very little interest in getting 2B myself, so this Gacha has nothing to do with me. Still, though, what the hell are they thinking putting an already controversial purchase in the game as is for a limited time character? This is super levels of FOMO that we're dealing with here. You first have to go in on a collaboration character that will most likely never see the light of day ever again in the game, but to then place a cosmetic item on her as well to just bolster her prestige is some of the highest capitalistic elitism that I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Barack. I don't really see the appeal of 2B myself. She looks pretty badass for sure, but I'm fine with the ladies that I already have in my roster. They get the job done and carry me throughout the game very well. My lovely little leader isn't getting dethroned by 2B anytime soon. And from what you said, George, plus what I'm reading on her, 2B is great, but not someone that I absolutely need to have in my roster.
And that's fine. I wasn't exactly expecting 2B or A2 even to be good, not after what we saw with the meager showing from the Chainsaw Man characters. However, they actually put some effort into making these Nier characters worth a damn. I do agree that they aren't the top of the tier list, despite what anyone says, but so far, 2B can put in some work and can definitely carry teams when utilized right. At the end of the day, though, much like any collaboration, it's more of a celebration of a guest character in a different fantasy world than their own. While 2B has had a ton of crossovers in the past, she's always welcomed with open arms and enjoyed by all. Times like this bring in new blood to a new setting for them to play with a character they're familiar with as they explore the new world. And veteran players get to enjoy a character that they may not have ever experienced before, possibly leading them to try out the source material for themselves. Me personally, though, I'm a Nier fan and was planning on going ham on this event. So you're damn right, Obama, that I'm going to get this costume. Hopefully, I will have better luck than Donnie and show him how to get a costume sooner rather than later.
That's all well and good, George. But tell me, what's the main reason why you even like 2B in the first place? If she's not really necessary one way or another, outside of being a strong character that newbies can pick up to help hard carry them, what's in it for you to even want to get her at all? All right, fair point, Georgie boy. Let's see how you do on the Gacha now, though.
All right, freebie out of the way. So you said that I have to roll 5 times before I can get a chance to get the skin?
Yeah, once you knock out 4 rolls, it pops up on the 5th roll. At least the prizes in this package are still worth the whole amount, although I'm pretty damn sure a bunch low-tier hype YouTubers, streamers, and general Redditors are going to still call this whole thing a $60 skin, still ignoring everything else on the board. Whatever, though. I'm tired of trying to correct people. Let them be willfully stupid if they don't want to listen.
You know, I kind of miss all those weird typos that the first Gacha had in it. Every so often, I find English a bit hilarious.
And here I thought good old racist joking and such was off the table with you, Barack. You always kept giving me side-eye and death threats every time I tried to convince you about the gravitational pull of the Ebony Queen's natural gigantic booty, especially when it starts a cyclic spin and gyration that only those born with fast twitch muscle fibers can have.
Joe, for fuck's sake, you kept asking me to give you a fucking end card pass when you said that working in the fields not only builds character, but it was the reason why the current day black man can build a strong muscle frame from the genetics of those that broke their backs to help make cotton t-shirts.
All I'm hearing is the bitching of someone who ain't about that life. You best be respecting my gangster little boy. I'm an OG that's been banging and slanging since before you were a thought in your daddy's nutsack. I'm the player that's about this life. Don't test the dog in me. Why do you think the community was willing to vote for me when I threatened to revoke their whole black identity?
Joe, do you ever shut the fuck up? God already? I missed the first roll of the skin when it finally showed up. Keep distracting me, and I'll show you the life that I'm about. The one where Shinzo taught me how to deal with dirty gaijin Yakuza style.
The only life I'm seeing is the basement-dwelling loser life there, George. Aren't you supposed to show me how you get a Gacha skin early? I haven't seen a damn thing, much like how I haven't seen a waitress yet come to take our order.
Calm your jelly rolls for a minute, Donnie. Let me just concentrate, and I'll get this skin here shortly.
Well, that was a close shot, George. You almost had it there, buddy.
Obama, don't patronize me. I need to win the skin, not get sympathy for my lack of skill on this. Just everyone let me concentrate. I got this.
Georgie boy, you don't have a damn thing. I already proved that the odds on winning the skin are astronomically low. So don't even try and prove otherwise. You're going the distance for the skin, whether you like it or not.
Donald, I swear, you caused me to miss that one too. Can't you just shut up for 2 seconds in your life? One more word out of you and I'm going to treat you like I had to do my father in order for the Bush family to regain our honor in the eyes of the Japanese.
Well, there it is. You gave it a good try, George. No reason to be upset. At least now you know you've got the skin and quite a few nice resources as well.
God damn it already. If they wanted me to have an expensive mission pass, then why the hell don't they just put out an expensive mission pass? The fucking illusion of chance that someone can pull the skin early is laughable.
Hey, W, mind loaning me some salt since you're such a salty bitch right now? Gonna need some for my mashed potatoes when it gets here.
Look, asshole, I got the skin. That's what matters, right?
Well, you tell me, George, you're the one who bought it. As I said before, the package as a whole is great and all, given that it does give you some great resources to keep your account going at a discounted rate. I will say that I am very surprised, though, at this costume Gacha being dropped for a limited time character. Look, I did a bit of research, and the Nier event was announced April 18th. A month later, the first costume Gacha drops with Rupee. If I remember correctly, a survey was dropped during the summer events just after Drake's Gacha was completed, which did talk about the state of the costume Gacha. I did give my 2 cents during the survey because if you remember, they have to legally listen to these things since they are being utilized as a legitimate customer feedback option. I can honestly say that I bet the bulk of the player base ended up listening to dumbasses that think they know what they're talking about and ended up calling the costume Gacha a $60 skin instead of a package deal with gambling mechanics. Knowing the legal teams for companies like this, they can easily dismiss so many of these surveys since they aren't legally selling a skin for $60. Only a package with a capability to earn a skin for whatever price you manage to get it at. I can only hope that there was enough smart people that didn't listen to those loser hype men streamers or YouTubers that constantly fan the flames of calling it a $60 skin and riling up their audience to just blindly believe them for clicks and views. It's sad, really, when people want change, but they want to be in a blind rage more instead.
I take it, though, when you were talking about that announcement for Nier back in April, that this costume Gacha was a workup to Nier. I mean, it does seem like putting up a couple of these. They do the job of giving them concrete data on if the costume Gacha would actually sell or not during this Nier event. Imagine if they just blindsided everyone with this during this event. We'd probably see more backlash than we currently do. I still find it very scummy that they're selling a high-value skin for a character that is only around for a flashpoint moment in time. At least Drake and Rupee are permanently in the game, so even if you got the skin but don't have them, you could still eventually get them at some point in time. Imagine buying the skin Gacha for 2B and failing the entire month that she was available, meaning now you have a worthless skin icon in your inventory with no 2B to throw it on ever. Yeah, I could see how dropping the skin Gacha for something like this without warming up the player base to the idea would probably cause a lot of controversy, more than either of the times it dropped before.
Exactly. I was thinking that the next one would go for a very high-value character, which is why I said a pilgrim. It just felt that what we were seeing was obviously a build-up to something big. And with that survey coming out for feedback on the costume Gacha, that just made all my business senses tingle that they are looking to change out their ideas of how this will work in the future. I told you all that they were paying attention to the various social media platforms and taking note of the controversy that this Gacha was causing. However, they also have the hard data that we haven't seen. And if my intuition is correct, there's a possibility that the Gacha didn't do as well as, but well enough for them that they are looking to alter it for future use and not get rid of it entirely. Perhaps there's one more skin that they want to drop with this rendition of the costume Gacha in the future, or perhaps they'll announce how they're going to change it up, which would be ready after the anniversary event, going into year 2 of the game. I guess we'll have to wait and see on this one, but Something tells me we aren't done yet with costume gachas, boys.
Real fast, George. What's your take on the Nier event so far? If any of us are hyped for this event, you'd be the guy to ask.
Well, it's definitely a great event so far. They actually put love and care into everything, with a ton of little Easter eggs for the Nier community to enjoy. The story is actually compelling this time around, with the Nier characters actually feeling like they're a part of the story this time, instead of being sidelined or put in the background like what they did with the Chainsaw Man cast. Granted, the CSM event was more about establishing the backstory to how collaboration events would work, so I can be a little forgiving there. CSM walked so Nier could run. The developers placed a great mini game for people to enjoy as well, along with a great co-op event where you fight Gatekeeper and it doesn't seem like a cheap fight either. It's actually very fair this time, even more so than other kinds of co-op fights too. For beginner or mid-level players, I would highly suggest at least trying to go the distance on the boss, instead of just instantly dying as soon as you get all 9 levels cleared on the boss. Finally, they actually made great characters to use in the game. Unlike how niche or low tier the CSM characters are, the Nier characters actually have staying power. So far I've only got 2B, but I'm looking forward to getting A2 once she drops too. Hello there everyone, George from the future here, and I just wanted to say that yeah, A2 is actually a very good character as well. Overall I would say that A2 is the more straightforward character between 2B and her, with A2 being much more free to play and light spender friendly for people. She doesn't require much in the way of resources to come online, unlike 2B. However, she needs specific team builds to ensure that she doesn't commit seppuku on the battlefield after using her burst skill. A great character to have and one that will get you far, albeit she will drop off some in the long run. The developers definitely made 2B the long-run character, but goddamn, she needs a lot of resources to not only come online as a serious damage dealer, but she probably needs a couple of meta shifts or future Nikkes to complement her style. Still though, I have faith, for those that invest in their 2Bs, that she's going to become a staple for a lot in this game. Either way, both characters are great. Oh, and Pascal is there too, if you feel like playing with a character that comes across as a joke character of sorts. No robot-ass jiggle, I'm afraid? Well, I'll let you get back to my handsome past self and my lovable idiot friends. Take care, everyone. Future George out.
Why do I feel all weird and tingly all of a sudden? Like as if something occurred, but it was only an instant of a moment in time to us.
It would seem that the fabric of space and time itself was warped and torn in order to get the people of our current day some sort of information that could possibly help them in some way. I didn't think that we were getting to that point where the universe was becoming a plaything for the joys of mankind.
Sleepy Joe, what in the hell are you on about?
Oh, forgive me, Donnie. I think my blood sugar is running low. It's been over an hour or so since I had any delicious chocolate chip ice cream, or at the very least some black tar heroin.
Well, whatever the case may be, I say we all queue up together and knock out some co-op. What do you say, boys?
Well, real fast, Georgie boy, I wanted to ask what you meant about that remark you made when you were spinning for the skin earlier about your dad. You said something about regaining the honor of the Bush family thanks to your father.
Yeah, I did. Shinzo Abe told me long ago when we met that if my father committed honorable seppuku, that my family would have its debts and shame cleared in the eyes of the Emperor of Japan. Since my father was a great president and leader, and technically he was trying to ensure that everyone had a great night despite battling the flu at that moment, Shinzo said that he didn't have to just commit harakiri, and that he could have a traditional and honorable samurai death, because he wanted to give his all in regards to foreign relations. It was rather unfortunate that my dad threw up on the Japanese Prime Minister, but all has been forgiven. I was the one that personally cut my father's head off, since I am his son and I wanted to ensure that the atonement was felt and the prestige of the Bush family was restored. Despite everything my father went through against the Japanese during World War II, he never harbored any hatred or ill will towards the Japanese people. It was an honor to give my father a warrior's death like he deserved, and in doing so, our family's name is now restored. I miss my dad every day and hope that I too can one day live up to his legend and bring nothing but happiness and honor to his memory.
Wait a damn second, George. I thought your dad died of Parkinson's disease. Me and Donnie were even there at your father's funeral to see him off.
That was just the cover story I gave to the press in order to hide the truth. Despite my deep respect for what my dad did for me and how he died a noble death by my hand, even I knew that telling the public that a former president was beheaded by his own son in ritual, honorable suicide wasn't going to fly. So I just fed the dumbasses at CNN and Fox News the lie about his death, didn't let anyone look in his casket during the ceremony, and called it a day. Dad always looked for the good in everyone, and he found it. I wanted everyone to see the good in him, and for me to do so, I had to have it sound like he went peacefully with his family by his side. Up until now, it was only myself, Shinzo, and the Emperor that knew the truth of his death. But let's not drag down the mood. Come on, guys. Let's team up for some co-op in Nikke, and let's see if we can break into the top 100 players.
You know, maybe it might be a good idea to stop teasing George so much from now on. I think I like my beautiful, gorgeous, handsome head that was crafted by the gods on my shoulders.
Hey everybody, your good pal Old W here, telling you all to not only don't mess with Texas, but to enjoy the Nier event. This is probably a one-off deal, so have a ball with this one, and I hope that the gods and my father high in the heavens bless your polls so that you can walk with 2B and A2. One can only speculate what the next collab event will be, and if this is any indication of how they want to do these moving forward, then I say let's do this. Please like and subscribe for more great content from all of us. And as always, God bless you all for watching, and God bless America.